Good day, my name is Bukola Olumo Bukayat. I am a student of Coventry University doing my Masters in Management Information Systems. And today I am going to be talking on cloud computing using ST as my chosen organization. I'm going to talk about what ST does. I'm going to talk about how cloud computing has impacted ST. I'm also going to talk about the basic concept in cloud computing. So first, I have two definitions of what cloud computing is all about. The first one is from National Institute of Standards and Technology, and they define cloud computing as a model for enabling ubiquitous, convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources that can be rapidly provisioned and released. And the other definition is from IBM Cloud, and define cloud computing as the delivery of on-demand computing resources to data centers over the internet on a pay-as-you-use basis, which means that firms and companies who do not have enough capital to own their own IT infrastructure, or that do not even feel the need to invest in an IT infrastructure, can easily purchase and make use of the services from cloud vendors, which will save companies and organizations loads of money. And also because most times even the resources that companies purchase and own are mostly underutilized. So it's safe to say that when you don't make use of your resources, it's like you've lost money. So it's best to make use of cloud computing, because cloud computing makes you to pay for exactly what you've made use of. Now, background of cloud computing. The whole concept of cloud has been dated back to a long time. I'm just going to give few scenarios. When mainframe computer was still an it thing, employers felt that it would be of no use to make an employee use one mainframe computer, because mainframe computers then were very expensive and very difficult to maintain. Very expensive to buy and very expensive to maintain. So the whole idea of making the employees to share resources from one IT infrastructure came up. Then also in 1999, when telecommunication company, instead of allocating physical infrastructures for users to own their connections, decided to provide their users with shared access to the same physical infrastructure. All these are all concepts of cloud. Now, in 1960s, J.C.R. Likinder came up with the vision of intergalactic computers network. The idea was to allow everyone on the globe to be interconnected and accessing programs and data at the same time. Then, computer scientist John McAfee proposed the idea of computation being delivered as a public utility. When Salesforce came up in 1999, it birthed the concept of delivering enterprise application through a simple website, and this paved the way for software firms to deliver application over the internet. And over time, a lot of development have come up, a lot of innovation has come up. Example of this is the Amazon Web Service. The Amazon Web Services, which had been in place since 2002 and is still in place, and there are loads of other cloud services. I'm going to briefly talk about cloud computing model. We have four different types of cloud computing model. We have the infrastructure as a service, we have data as a service, we have software as a service, and we have platform as a service. So I'm going to explain what these are. Basically, what infrastructure as a service is that it delivers IT infrastructure based on virtual resources as a commodity to the user, to the customers, or to the users. And these resources being delivered to the customers meet their requirements in terms of memory, CPU type, power, and storage. Example of this is the Amazon Cloud Services, the Amazon Web Services. Another one is the platform as a service solution that provides an application and development platform which users can create, test, deploy their own application that will run on cloud. The example of this is the Google App Engine and the Microsoft Azure. Software as a service, we all know that it is very expensive to purchase software license and even to maintain them. And most times, even the software that we purchase are underutilized. We do not make use of it, which means in one way or the other, we've lost money. So what software as a service does is that it provides a software or application hosted as a service to customers across the internet. And this saves costs because the user doesn't need to purchase the software's licenses. You can only choose purchase what software you need to use, and users do not need to install or run this application on their computers. Lastly, we have data as a service. What data as a service does generally is that it allows data in various formats and forms and from multiple sources to be accessed via services by users on the network. Now, since we know what cloud computing is all about and the models, I'm going to be talking about the deployment model. We have 4 different types of deployment model. We have the private cloud, public cloud, community cloud, and the hybrid cloud. So what the private cloud is all about is just a cloud infrastructure that is leased or owned by an organization and is solely managed by the enterprise or a third party. Then a public cloud, also cloud infrastructure, is sold to the public and is usually owned by the organization sending cloud services. Community cloud usually provides infrastructure that will be shared by specific community, and hybrid cloud composes of 2 or more clouds that are bound together to enable data and application portability. Advantage and disadvantage of public cloud. I already gave so many benefits of public cloud, how it saves money, how it helps users to save money, how it helps users not get excess resources that they won't end up using. Now I'm going to be talking on disadvantage. Security and privacy has been a major disadvantage of cloud computing because your data are being stored elsewhere, not on your server. They're being stored on the cloud vendor, and so you have no idea what the cloud vendor is going to do with your data. All you have to do is trust and believe that they're not going to use your data. And also because the resources you're using is being generated from the from the cloud vendor, that means if there's a problem with the IT infrastructure in the cloud vendor, if the IT infrastructure should clash, you have nothing, you can do little or nothing about it, and that would end up making you lose money. Why cloud computing? I already explained some benefits of cloud computing, so I'm going to be briefly saying other things. We know that complaints, the reason why complaints are what the essence of an organization is to make profits, to keep running, and to save costs. And that's what cloud computing is all about, because it helps companies to save costs. It makes them purchase what exactly they might need and pay exactly for what they might need. Why cloud computing in Etsy? Etsy started in an apartment in Brooklyn in 2005. It is a marketplace where users can buy and sell handmade goods, vintage items, and crafts supplied around the world. The company now boasts of 50 million members and has a revenue of $195.6 million. Etsy makes use of cloud computing to store data for web log analysis and for recommendation algorithm. Now, when cloud computing helps Etsy to store more data, because as time has gone past, they've had more and more customers, and this has made them need this has caused them to need a larger storage facility, and so cloud computing gives them this. And also cloud computing make use of Amazon Elastic MapReduce that allows for web log analysis and for recommendation algorithm, which means this helps to predict what a user might want and to help a user make the right choice and recommendation. Also, it helps them know who, what, and when their web server has been visited. Now, current trends. We know that mobile is basically the future, and so mobile has become the future of cloud computing. And so today, with your gadgets, with your smart device, so far you have internet access, workers can easily get their jobs done via their phone instead of having been tied down to their computer or to their desk. And by just logging on application, which can be accessed anytime and every day, they can get their work done. Also, organizations will become more frictionless because of cloud. Cloud computing is ideal for breaking down barriers internally and externally, since it facilitates access to accurate information and making communication easier. In conclusion, I would say cloud computing is of benefit to both startup enterprise and large enterprise, because at the end of the day, there's one thing common between them: to make profit and to reduce costs, and that is exactly what cloud computing gives to them. And in the near future, cloud computing will be dominating the world because loads and loads of organizations are already making use of this brilliant technology, and so it's safe to say that even in the nearest future, tons and loads of more companies will also become a part of it. I hope with this little presentation, I've been able to give you a little insight of what cloud computing is, its benefits, how it has impacted Etsy, its disadvantages and advantages. Thank you.